All right, I think we're good to go. Welcome to the video. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you are either running a tournament or you are helping run a tournament. And what this video is going to cover are just some basic tasks that you will most likely do during any given tournament. So we're going to start with tasks that you will do before the tournament starts. In order to access your moderator abilities, you're going to go to the left-hand side over here next to public, and you're going to hit settings. Now, all of your moderator abilities will populate, and for seating, we're going to go underneath events, and we're going to go to pools and seating. And what will happen is a list of players will populate. Now, if you have only one bracket that people are playing in, then every person that enters the tournament will be shown here. But for this tournament in particular, we had a West Coast bracket, an East Coast bracket, amateur, and a top 8. So right now it's only showing the West Coast bracket. And for this is basically just a left click and drag for seeding. So for instance, if we had Mo Money here and we wanted to seed them number 1, what we would do is we would left click and we would drag Mo Money right above Poppy. And then everybody else would be moved down 1 seed. This is also how you would resolve seeding conflicts. So for instance, let's say Firebolt and Vel were playing winners round 1 and they are good friends who play very often. What you would do is you would take Vel and you would move them 1 spot down to the 28th seed so that they are no longer playing winners round 1. All right, and so that goes for the pools and seeding. In order to help with seeding, let's say a person enters a tournament, you don't really know too much about them, you would like to be able to gauge their skill level. What you would do is you would go underneath the registration header and you would go to attendees. What this will do, it will populate your entire attendees list for the tournament. So for instance, I've never heard of Electro Man. I want to know how good they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on their profile orb. I'm going to do it again. And what will populate is their profile. Scroll down a little bit and underneath the results, you can hit view all. As you can see, Electro Man has played in 129 events. And what will populate are the most recent events along with different pages that you can go through if you really want to. And what I like to do here is I just like to look at common placings. As you can see here, there are some single digit placings. So now I look at to see who were the top 3 in that tournament and how did Electroman fare against the last 2 people that they played at that tournament. So for instance, unfortunately, Electroman lost to Upoodle 3-2 in winners and lost to Upoodle again in grands 3-0. So I know that if Upoodle and Electroman are in the same tournament, I should seed Electroman below Upoodle. So that's a good way to use the attendees list, the attendees list to seed people who you are unaware of their skill level. All right, and so let's go back to the Bristolhood Brawl number 26 homepage. And what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how to set the bracket settings. So what you're going to do, again, you're going to go to your settings, which is your moderator abilities. You're going to go underneath the reporting header and you're going to hit brackets. Now again, this is only going to show the West Coast top, the West Coast bracket. It's not going to show all the brackets. You'll have to go through each bracket individually and set their own settings. It will not copy over to the other brackets. This is only for the particular bracket that you have picked. Now, obviously you will have to ignore all of the matches that have completed because this is a completed tournament. What will happen is you will go up here to the hyperlink that says edit round settings and you'll click on that. And this configuration tab will open up. The first tab is times, and what this is basically is what time do you want winners round 1 to start? And then the duration is how many minutes in between round 1 and round 2 do you want? Now, usually I set it for about 10 minutes because a best of 3 usually lasts anywhere between, 7 to 15 minutes. So 10 is a good middle number there. And then after you get done setting this, you'll hit save. It'll do its thing. And now you have the green check mark. You'll go to settings. Now the settings is, okay, so for winners round 1, what kind of matches are these? Now you hit type, you hit best of, and then is it gonna be best of 1, 3, 5, or 7? Now, for this tournament, we wanted best of 3, so we hit 3, and then you hit save, and it does its thing, and you can move on to timers. Please note that for, the easiest way to go about doing this is to keep these 2 boxes checkmarked. What this does, it applies all the settings to the, future rounds as well. So for instance, not only are you configuring round 1, but you're also configuring round 2, 3, quarters, semis, grands, etc., etc. And so now we're going to go to our timers. Now this is probably the most important box in order for your tournament to run quickly. For winners, I usually give people 7 minutes to check in before they're DQ'd. And then this minimum verify and maximum verify timers, these are the timers for when people report a game within a set. So for instance, let's say that, someone reports that they won the game. This will give the other person 1 minute to confirm that that person did win the game. If after 1 minute they don't confirm, it will auto confirm. And so I always set it to 1 minute because that's just the quickest way to get people who are AFK to confirm their match. So you'll do these settings, and again, you'll hit the confirm option, and that will set all the settings for the winner's side. Now you do have to do the winners and the loser sides of each individual bracket separately. The settings that you do for the winner's side do not carry over to the loser's side the same way that they don't carry over to other brackets that you have in the tournament. So you'll do the same exact thing for losers, and then if there's any rounds that you would like to do best of 5 instead of best of 3, all you have to do is just click on that particular round, go to settings, hit best of 5, make sure both boxes are check marked, and hit save. And then after that, every round after winner semis is a best of 5. So again, let me just review. You have to make sure that you do both winners settings and loser settings separately. And for instance, let's say you have multiple brackets like this tournament does, West Coast settings do not carry over to the East Coast settings. So I go up here, I hit East Coast, and I set all of these settings all over again. Now once you're done setting the settings, up here in the top right where it says reset bracket, when the bracket hasn't started, it'll say start bracket. You click start bracket, a prompt will come up asking you if you're really ready to start the bracket. You hit yes, and then the bracket has started. You can go to your tournament Discord, tell everybody that the bracket has started, and you'll be ready to rock. Now that the tournament has started, we're going to go to common things that you will encounter while the tournament is going. The first thing that I go to always after a tournament starts is I go to the match dashboard, and that is underneath the reporting header in your moderator abilities. Now, as you can see, it's pretty empty right now, and that's because the tournament is completed. But when you start the tournament, every tournament in which the players have been called, aka players are ready to check in, or players that have already checked in and they're doing their match, will populate in this big wide open space here. Now, the reason why this tab is very important is because if a moderator is requested in order to resolve something, that match will jump immediately towards the top left hand section of this page. And you can also configure in Smashgg how to get push notifications so that if someone requests a moderator, this thing up in the top right pops up and says, hey, a moderator has been requested. And that actually is really useful because if you're on like another page on Smashgg that doesn't have anything to do with your tournament or isn't the match dashboard, it'll still pop up. So you know that you need to go take care of something in your tournament. And so yeah, all these matches will pop up, and from this page you can do DQing, you can do reporting, you can do resetting. So I'm actually going to take you through those 3 things real quick, and we'll wrap up the video. So in order to reset a match, so for instance, like over here in the top right, we have Oreo and Fireball. Now Oreo was 5 seconds late to the set, and out of the kindness of my heart and the kindness of Fireball's heart, we agreed that let's just play the set. It's a free bracket, we're gonna play the set. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit edit match. You're gonna go to the report tab. You're gonna hit edit results, and then you're gonna hit reset match. So this is how you undq or you just reset a match. Like for instance, let's say they misreported, you need to reset. You can either do that through here, or you can just reset the match and get a fresh new match going, and they can do all the settings themselves. Now let's say that you want to DQ somebody. Let's say Oreo was like, hey, something came up, I can't play this match. Same exact thing, edit match, report, edit results, and then you just select who you want to DQ here. And in this case, it's Oreo, so you hit submit result, and then you're good to go. Now, obviously that box popped open because the match was already completed, but when you do it during the tournament, it will say, you know, this box up here will turn gray and you'll be good to go. All right, so that should take care of everything. That's really the big three things that as a moderator you will be doing during tournaments. You'll be resetting a set, you'll either be DQing somebody, or you'll be manually reporting due to a misreport on the player's end. So I hope this video helped. If it didn't, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Ceelew, that's CEELEW_. And I'd be more happy to answer any questions that you might have in regards to running a tournament on Smashgg. And also check out the description box just in case Smashgg changes the ways in which they do things. I will try to write up the changes in there so that this video isn't necessarily contradicting too much what might happen in the future. So y'all take care, and if you need anything, let me know.